My name is Jaden Sparks. I am 15 years old, and I'm a wrestler. If I was standing in the lineup, I'm sure I wouldn't be picked out as the wrestler, but that's why I love this sport so much. It doesn't discriminate by gender, weight, or height. It is an individual sport that develops teamwork skills, and it requires an athlete to develop qualities that can be translated into other aspects of your life. My parents have always encouraged me to try different things. However, I didn't even know what wrestling was until my younger brother stepped onto the mat 3 years ago for the first time. As I cheered him and his teammates on, I became interested in this new sport and knew I wanted to try it. So the following year, I became a wrestler too, and it was on that wrestling mat that I finally found the athlete inside of me. That first year, I learned that wrestling requires more individual commitment than other sports. You have to love more than just winning because every wrestler experiences loss. You have to learn how to emotionally deal with loss because the faster you can recover from a loss often determines your success in wrestling. You have to love to train because the physical and mental demands of wrestling require you to develop a strong physical base and mental resiliency. You have to love to compete because you can never give up when a match isn't going well. An elite wrestler once said, "Once you have wrestled, everything else in life is easy." And that is the truth. The mental toughness wrestling requires has been my greatest challenge and greatest accomplishment. Being a person diagnosed with a generalized anxiety disorder, you might think putting myself in a sport that is so mentally demanding would have broken me down, but the opposite has been true. Wrestling has helped me develop courage. A wrestler cannot be afraid to fail or put it all on the line. You have to take risks and make yourself vulnerable to failure and losing if you want to improve. The first match I ever wrestled, I got picked up and taken down to the mat in the first 10 seconds. But I got up and continued. I have learned from that and from all the other matches I've gotten taken down that I can get back up. I can persevere through pain and the disappointment that comes from making a mistake. A wrestling coach once said, "Everyone is going to be thrown to their back. And when it happens, you find out who you are. When life throws you to your back, you need to know how to not get pinned. Get up, get off your back, and do enough to make up the difference in order to win." Going into my second year of wrestling, I didn't set myself any podium goals, but I knew that I wanted to be a better wrestler than I was. A wrestler needs a strong physical foundation, so in the wrestling off-season this past summer, I started to work towards becoming a better physical wrestler. Trail running to build my physical stamina and speed, weight training to improve my strength and core stability, rugby to improve my explosiveness and hand-eye coordination, and yoga to improve my flexibility. I changed my diet to meet the nutritional demands of a high-performance wrestler. At the start of the wrestling season, I attended clinics and as many practices as I could to learn new techniques and styles from a variety of wrestling coaches. At the encouragement of one of my coaches, I started to collect inspirational quotes and wrestling stories in a journal, where I also recorded my thoughts and experiences. From all this work, my hand has been raised in many, many ways that I know will help me on and off the mat. Some people are surprised by the fact that in only my second year of wrestling, I have placed second in the provincial championships and am now working my way towards representing Ontario at the national championships. I am a wrestler. It takes dedication, a hard work ethic, mental toughness, humility, focus, commitment, courage, and heart to be a wrestler. And that's what wrestling has given me.